Jay-Z comes in and rapes me. He at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him.
CNN confirms the victim in the Jay-Z case has finally come forward, shedding light on the disturbing allegations against the hip-hop mogul and his longtime collaborator Diddy. According to a newly filed lawsuit, both Jay-Z and Diddy have been named as defendants in a case involving a 13-year-old Jane Doe. The lawsuit accuses the two music icons of being involved in a disturbing incident that has shocked fans and sparked widespread media attention. Legal representatives for Jay-Z and Diddy have yet to comment on the allegations. As the case unfolds, more details are expected to emerge, further intensifying public scrutiny of these high-profile figures.
So good, you're doing so good.
I just want to say, everyone will suffer. Thanks, MTV Rock! I won the MTV Movie Award.
Coming to the after party tonight? Yeah! Coming to the after party tonight?
In a high-profile lawsuit accuses rapper Jay-Z of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000 alongside Sean Diddy Combs. The lawsuit, originally filed in October, was refiled today to include Jay-Z as a defendant. The anonymous accuser claims the assault occurred at an MTV Video Music Awards after-party. Jay-Z has denied the allegations in a statement on Roc Nation's Instagram, calling the accusations heinous and urging a criminal complaint be filed instead of a civil one. He also criticized the attorney behind the lawsuit, Tony Busby, accusing him of exploiting the case for personal gain.
Famous for her role as Samara Morgan in The Ring and as the voice of Lilo in Lilo Stitch, Davy Chase quickly rose to fame during the early 2000s as a child actor. This was a time when couch casting and child sexual abuse were unfortunately prevalent in the industry. Davy made a name for herself during this period, but now, a recently resurfaced video, along with a new lawsuit against Jay-Z and Diddy, has led to growing speculation about what truly happened to her on the night of the infamous 2003 VMAs afterparty. The legal proceedings and renewed media attention have cast a shadow on her career, leading many to question the dark side of Hollywood's treatment of young stars during that era.
You should always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did ruin or run your life.
A 38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of raping her when she was 13 years old is speaking out to NBC News for the first time. She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward and talk today?
Because I think that I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through, and it's been hard enough to be quiet, but it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No, with having autism is like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof juggle ball. The world's on fire. The fire is inside the ball with you, but there's no way for you to get out.
In addition to having autism, the woman says she suffered a head injury. The night of the 2000s VMAs, she says a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive. Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died. The woman says she spoke to Combs' limo driver who offered her a ride to an after party.
I stumbled upon Diddy's driver who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
What did you think when he said that to you?
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
She went to a White House, she says, where she spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo because, you know, I have about his tattoo, that's the Last Supper, because I have a religious background. So it was just something to talk about.
At the after party, she says she had a drink that made her feel woozy. Then she says Combs and Carter took turns raping her while a female celebrity watched.
JC comes in and rapes me. Well, at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him, and he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the
After the alleged rape, she says she ran to a gas station where she called her father, who picked her up and drove her home.
We rode home in silence. He didn't ask me what happened. He didn't ask me what I did or where I was.
The disturbing allegations surrounding Diddy's behavior with minors, combined with his close relationship with Jay-Z, have led many to believe that Jay-Z may have been involved in the alleged abuse that Diddy reportedly carried out. Sources close to both Jay-Z and Diddy have already come forward, shedding light on the dangerous dynamics within their circle. Even 50 Cent has expressed concern, stating that he is worried about what Jay-Z might be doing to his own daughter, given that she is the same age as the alleged victim in this case. The situation continues to unravel, with more questions arising about the actions of these influential figures.
There's an accusation about Jay-Z and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old.
Right.
And we were speaking about just the statement.
Right.
The statement, you were saying you felt like that was calculated.
That was, the statement is something from, you can tell it was written by a lawyer. Because there's a point where it kind of gets aggressive. He says, like, you're gonna find out, like how I'll handle this. Like, and that's an attorney want to be combative with another attorney. That's not like a publicist would say that.
Right. This is on your.
Put that up.
Yeah, this is on.
50?
Yeah, it says, I don't know what's going on, but are we still gonna have the Super Bowl? I'm just asking for a friend.
Yeah, I'm asking for Kendrick. You know, I'm just trying to figure out if we're still doing everything the way. Look, they will fall back, but the NFL, they won't necessarily be associated to that.
Right. Why do you not insert yourself, but you're on top of every topic, right?
Yeah. I'm just watching. I'm participating. I'm being part of the culture. I'm just telling my opinion.
Right.
Look,
because you're part of the culture.
Like I can't say anything now. I'm out of it. I'm like I'm going to Dre's studio and just sit with Dre.
Right.
And then, maybe I stay out of trouble.
Nah.
The allegations against Jay-Z are not entirely new. Artists like Jaguar Wright and Gene Deal have been vocal for years, accusing Jay-Z of abusive behavior. Both have claimed on multiple occasions that Jay-Z's actions are even more troubling than Diddy's. While Diddy has been described as reckless, Jay-Z is portrayed as calculated, someone who takes extreme caution in covering his tracks. According to these allegations, Jay-Z isn't afraid of getting his hands dirty and may resort to drastic measures to silence those speaking out against him.
Diddy used to hate Jay-Z. He hated Jay-Z enough when he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z. This is back in the early 2000s. And one day, Ashler, Kushner, Diddy, and myself went to a Nets game and we met Jay-Z. I've never been a Jay-Z fan, like some of his music, the whole 9 yards. But when we went over to the, I think that was Prudential Center in Newark, and him and Puff met up, it was strange to me. Because I remember what Puff was trying to do. And then both of them, they was talking about something amongst each other, amongst all of us, and laughing and joking with each other. Then over the years, I see them giving garden parties. You understand what I'm saying? You could tell that the people in power had gave that ring to Diddy, and Jay was next in line. So to separate him when in fact they may be two of the same, but because Jay-Z is low-key, that low-key sneaky shit, and Diddy is and was rambunctious, you know, just out with it, it don't mean that they not two of the same.
Say, in your opinion, Jay-Z is a bad guy. Like,
well, I know
you're
he's a bad
You're
guy.
alluding, though, to the level of, like, Diddy and his Beyonce equally as bad, or just complicit in letting Jay-Z? Can you sort of elaborate on what your accusation even is?
Kiss the Girls is the best example that I had to describe the relationship and the camaraderie between the Jigga Man and the Diddler. Okay? These are two people that have been working in concert, collaborating and competing. These are people that have been covering each other's secrets for decades. That's why I say to sit there and to just make Diddy the acceptable monster and not address his greatest collaborator in all of his business deals it's a miscarriage of justice. Because what you're doing is you're leaving the other half of this two-headed monster out on the street to still be able to do what they do, while this one looks like he's down.
I guess, but again, maybe you're not at liberty to say it yet. I guess that's the comment is going to be, Jaguar. Well, what is it though? What is it? Like, is that coming? Is there something you can sort of allude to?
You gotta ask yourself how a young man who pow-powed his brother, and allegedly, as the story goes, on his mother's request to hide her sexuality because it was about to hit the streets. This is a man who pow-powed his own brother and somehow walked away from that instance, got involved in the street drug trade, and somehow everyone else went to jail except for him. He's been making deals with the government and with the feds for quite some time.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, allegedly, but the thing is, if none of this is real, how does the CEO of his record conglomerate Rock Nation, how is she a known federal informant whose background is transferring?
Following the lawsuit against Jay-Z, Jaguar Wright shared that this may be just the beginning, claiming that more lawsuits are likely to follow. According to her, she personally knows 3 individuals who allege they were victims of Jay-Z, and they are finding the courage to speak out as others come forward with their stories. Jaguar Wright also claims to have been a victim of Jay-Z herself, making this a deeply personal and emotional moment for her.
But Jaguar has been warning us about Jay-Z. Yeah. Jay-Z has now had an official lawsuit. It's everywhere. It's now being talked about louder than ever. I guess, does that give you some peace to know that people are finally really questioning this man?
It's emboldening me. I spoke on Piers Morgan. I said that I had 3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters, that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now. So this is great because he's been evading. But the thing is, everyone in the backdrop knew that he was the celebrity John Doe. Everybody knew that. They knew it when I did Piers Morgan.
Is Beyonce Celebrity B?
I hope to God not. But she was around. And she's very... She's got enough on her plate. After everything that happened with the election and everything that's happening right now, I'm not going to dump on that woman. She got better fish to fry. Well, what I will say is that her husband, she knows exactly who he is.
Yeah.
She knows. She knows.
If these alleged victims come forward, their testimonies alone could hold significant weight in the case against Jay-Z. Notably, even Johnny Depp's lawyer has commented on the situation, stating that if the victims can provide detailed accounts of the alleged incidents, there is a strong possibility that Jay-Z could face serious legal consequences, potentially leading to imprisonment.
She could theoretically win if her testimony were especially compelling, but I think you put your finger on one of the real weaknesses, is that these allegations are ancient. One thing that leapt out to me is the allegations also include that there was a witness,
Yes.
Other than Diddy, who, a female, another woman. Her testimony, and obviously she will be subpoenaed, could be crucial. I mean, if that testimony corroborated the plaintiff's claims, then that would be something that would really be a game changer. But the plaintiff alone, I think, is going to face some credibility issues, especially when you have Jay-Z. I mean, Diddy, the allegations are pretty widespread, but there haven't been similar allegations about Jay-Z.
Jay-Z has strongly denied the allegations, calling them completely false and labeling the claims in the lawsuit as lies. He has stated his intention to take legal action against anyone targeting him. Reportedly, Jay-Z has already filed an anonymous lawsuit against the lawyer and the victim, asserting that these accusations are merely attempts to exploit his wealth and tarnish his reputation. Notably, since Diddy is also implicated in the allegations, there is speculation that Jay-Z may have been caught on tape during the alleged incident.
Often mentioned online was Jay-Z, real name Sean Carter, who came up in the New York rap scene alongside Sean Combs. And just a few days ago, Texas attorney Tony Busby made it official. He filed an amended complaint on behalf of a Jane Doe who says that she was raped by Combs and Carter when she was just 13 years old, that this happened at a VMA's after party back in 2000. Now, the original complaint mentioned Celebrity A and Celebrity B, a man and woman, as being present for and even Celebrity A participating in the alleged assault. Well, now Celebrity A has been identified as Jay-Z, who has adamantly denied anything like that ever happening. He is very, very clear on that. In fact, he has accused Tony Busby of extortion, saying that Busby's attempts to get celebrities to pay out huge sums of money in exchange for not being named in civil lawsuits with what he claims are false allegations amounts to blackmail. In fact, Jay-Z is believed to be the John Doe who just recently filed a lawsuit against Tony Busby anonymously, claiming extortion and intentional infliction of emotional distress.
The lawsuit claims that several celebrities present at the party witnessed what Jay-Z and Diddy were allegedly doing but chose not to intervene, instead standing by and laughing. This pattern of silence is not unique to this case. Allegations have surfaced in the past about individuals connected to Diddy being aware of similar incidents at his parties yet remaining quiet. Disturbingly, the lawsuit also suggests that in some cases parents knowingly handed over their children to Diddy and Jay-Z in exchange for financial compensation.
Jay-Z is staying on the offensive, going after not only the attorney who filed the rape lawsuit against him and Diddy, that would be Tony Busby, the attorney, but also the accuser. And he has filed a new motion this morning, which we're going to get to in a moment, but basically he wants to level the playing field with the accuser. But first, we got to start with this response that Jay-Z had to the allegation. Catch you up real quick if you hadn't heard, but a woman who had filed a lawsuit against Diddy back in October, alleging that he had raped her at a VMA after party in the year 2000 when she was only 13 years old.
Right. Remember, this is when she allegedly was given a drink. She felt woozy, and there was Diddy, and there was a male celebrity who was unnamed at the time, and also a female celebrity.
Well, that unnamed celebrity is now named. She refiled the lawsuit on Sunday. She and her attorney, Tony Busby, refiled it and named Jay-Z as that unnamed celebrity involved in the rape. Jay-Z's response is extraordinary in that, look, we've seen all these lawsuits against Diddy, dozens of them now at this point, and frequently his response has been to deny it, but to say nothing else. Jay-Z went way more than just denying it. He did do that, but then went directly after the attorney. Part of his statement said, "My lawyer received a blackmail attempt from a lawyer named Tony Busby. It made me want to expose you, Tony Busby, for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these types of theatrics. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity.
The New York Times contacted me to ask for my response to rapper Jay-Z's allegations that I tried to extort and blackmail him. My response is pretty straightforward. No one has made any threats. Jay-Z's assertions are bogus and laughable. Instead, our firm sent a standard demand letter seeking a mediation on behalf of a woman who alleges Jay-Z sexually assaulted her as a minor. The letter was vetted and approved by our client, whose preference was to attempt resolution short of filing a lawsuit. This approach is common in these types of cases. What you're seeing played out now is a coordinated and desperate effort to focus the public's attention on me personally to avoid attention on the allegations being made by my clients. This effort has included harassing my family and colleagues and even offering former clients money to sue me, which is illegal. When an alleged perpetrator behaves in this manner, wildly asserting that a basic demand letter is extortion and aggressively using the media to attack the opposing lawyer while at the same time ignoring the allegations being made by the alleged victim, it reminds me of a famous line from Shakespeare: "The lady doth protest too much, methinks." We intend to address all of these issues with the court in due course. Let me be clear, we will not be bullied or intimidated by these shenanigans, and our clients won't.
50 Cent has also weighed in on the case, expressing his concerns about the allegations. According to him, Jay-Z could be dangerous, and if the accusations are true, it is particularly alarming considering Jay-Z has a daughter around the same age as the alleged victim. 50 Cent even took to Instagram to share a video depicting Jay-Z's heading to jail, accompanied by a caption that read, "I want to post this, but I'm afraid I'm going to get shot," hinting at the gravity of the situation and the potential backlash. This case is continuing to unfold, and with each new development, the pressure on Jay-Z grows. As the victims prepare to share their stories and more details emerge, the world will be watching closely to see what happens next. Whether justice will be served or if Jay-Z can successfully fight back remains to be seen. Stay tuned for more updates as this shocking story evolves.